Hey y'all, it's Brooke here from Large Family Homestead, and today we're going to be processing over 30 pounds of cucumbers. I'm going to be doing two recipes here, one that's going to be canned pickles and one that's just going to be refrigerator pickles, which do not need to be canned. We're going to go ahead and start with the canned recipe. If you want to skip ahead to the not canned refrigerator pickle recipe, I will leave a timestamp on the screen, and you can just go ahead and skip to that. To start with the canning recipe, you're going to go ahead and take 7 clean quart jars and your clean cucumbers, and you can cut them however you'd like, leave them whole, cut them into spears or into coins. Today I'm going to be doing spears, and you can go ahead and cut them however you want and fill your jars. It says to leave a ½ inch of headspace for canning, but because we're going to be adding other things to jars, I'd leave an inch of headspace when you're putting the cucumbers in. And while I was cutting the cucumbers, someone else went ahead and made the brine. So you're just going to take 16 cups of water, put that in a stock pot, add 12 cups of vinegar. This has to be pasteurized vinegar, a ½ cup of sugar, a cup of salt, and 2 tablespoons of pickling spices in a pot. Go ahead and turn that on and wait for it to get to a boil. I also want to mention here that the brine is for both recipes, so if you're just doing the canning recipe, you'll probably want to cut that back a little. Next, I'm going to add a clove of garlic to each jar. I just went ahead and peeled it, and I did not do anything else with the clove of garlic. You could chop it up if you wanted to, but it's not necessary. Next, I added a tablespoon of dill weed to each jar. You could add dill seed or fresh dill if you have it. Next, I added just 2 or 3 blackberry leaves to each jar to help keep the pickles crunchy. You could also add grape leaves or oak leaves. Once your brine has come to a boil, you can go ahead and pour it over the jars. Just remember to leave that ½ inch of headspace. Next, I cleaned the rims of all the jars with some vinegar, and I put the 2-piece canning lids on. Just remember not to screw them too tight, just fingertip tight. And then you'll want to process them in a water bath canner for 30 minutes. Try and keep the temperature between 180 and 185 degrees. That can be hard to do if you have an electric stove. If it does dip below 180, you'll need to start the processing time back over. Next, we're going to do the refrigerator pickle recipe. This recipe requires no canning and is very simple to follow. You're going to go ahead and cut your cucumbers however you'd like. You can also just leave them whole. You can also put these cucumbers in whatever size jar you'd like. I decided to use gallon jars to save space. It's going to be the same brine recipe, so it's 16 cups of water, 12 cups of vinegar, a ½ cup of sugar, 1 cup of salt, and 2 tablespoons of pickling spices into a pot, and you want to go ahead and boil the brine. I just want to mention, as I did with the canning recipe, that this recipe is for the brine recipe is for the canning recipe and the refrigerator pickle recipe. So if you're only doing one recipe, you'll want to scale it back a little on how much brine you make. Next, you're just going to add 4 cloves of garlic to your jar if you're doing gallon jars. A few tablespoons of dill weed, or you can use dill seed or fresh dill. Add some blackberry leaves, or alternatively you can use oak leaves or grape leaves. And then you'll just want to put this in the fridge, shake it up well, put it in the fridge for 24 hours before getting it and eating those pickles. So you guys enjoy. Here's the refrigerator pickles before I put them in the fridge. Look very nice. And if you're looking to have crunchier pickles, you'll want to go with the refrigerator pickle method because of the heat of the canner. It does make your pickles a little softer. And we took some of the ends and some of the pieces of the cucumber we had left over and made some cucumber water. You just, put them in a jar, add some water, shake it up, and chill it. And here's the canned pickles after they came out of the canner. I can't tell you how crunchy they were yet because we haven't tried them yet, but I will let you know as soon as we do. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys share this recipe and subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up if you found it informational. Thanks for watching. Bye!